Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be playing with some of the new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC content early. That's right, today we are going to be using the Vapid Caracara and taking advantage of the new Target Assault Race mode. Now, this doesn't require a mod or anything like that. What I'll do in the description is leave a link to this job. So far, I found one for the PlayStation 4 and PC. If I do find one for the Xbox, I'll also leave a link to that in the description. And I would recommend that you act on this pretty quickly, as there's a good chance Rockstar will remove this soon, as obviously this isn't going to be coming out until April 3rd. So this is the new Target Assault Race mode. You can see these are the settings here. You can choose the race type of non-contact and standard, the number of laps, the class, which is always weaponized, time of day, traffic, wanted levels, custom vehicles, camera lock, and radio. And then if you actually get someone to join, you'll notice you get a couple of other settings as well. You can choose a preferred partner. So if you're in there with a friend and you want to be paired up with them, if you do that, you'll automatically become partners. And then you can choose the role you want, which is either driver or gunner. Now, as you'll see a little bit later on, you'll actually get to do both. So I'm not exactly sure what the preferred role really does. Maybe it just gives you more priority over that one, even though you will be switching. So those are the settings for this job. So as we got started, it seems as if the only vehicle we were able to choose from was the Vapid Caracara. Now, because we are playing a early, I guess you could say, beta version of this race, maybe because this isn't a Rockstar official one, we were only able to use the Caracara. Maybe in other races, you'll be able to use other types of weaponized vehicles like the Technical, that's just one example, or maybe the Insurgent Pickup Custom. But for this race, we were only able to use the Caracara, which is fine because it is a new vehicle, so it was fun to check that out. And it starts like a normal race. You've obviously got teams of two. It's me and my friend Sorty against another friend of mine, Spider Shot, and I think just a random person ended up joining. And the way it works is it's a normal race. You still have checkpoints. You still have directions you need to go. But throughout the map, and it will vary based off of the races Rockstar provide and obviously the user-created ones, there's going to be targets, and they vary in size. So there's pretty big green ones, which offer the lowest amount of points, the red ones, which seem to be the smallest, and then blue and purple, which are sort of the medium ones. And the smaller the targets, the more points you actually end up getting out of it. So the points do vary. There doesn't seem to be any multiplier based off of accuracy or how many you hit in a row. It's just if you hit targets, you get a certain amount of points, and that's that. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, you have your team and the opposing team, your score, and track position. Now, track position matters as well because, as I mentioned, this is a normal race. So if you go through checkpoints in first place, you'll get more points than if you go in second or third. So for example, let's say there's 3 people. If you go through a checkpoint in first place, you get 3 points. Second place, you get 2. Third place, you get 1. That's an example, but it should give you a good idea that like the actual racing position does matter here. The targets are important too, but the racing position also matters as well. Now, another thing that I did not know was going to happen, after completing 1 lap, you actually switch seats, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. I thought that if you picked your preferred position, you would stay in the same seat the entire time, but that's actually not the case. It actually will switch you every time you do a lap. So you'll go from driver, gunner, etc., etc. Now, as the gunner, you actually get some special things that you can tell your driver. Like if you do left or right on the D-pad, you can tell the driver to speed up or slow down, and you can hit X to tell them to stop. And little indicators will come on the screen, and it's pretty cool. So for this race, I didn't really have to use that because I was talking to my friend Sorty in Discord, so we really didn't have a need to use any of the signs right there. But it's still pretty cool that if you don't have a microphone or playing with a random, you can still communicate. Now, another thing you guys are probably wondering, can you shoot the other drivers? The answer is yeah, you can, but it doesn't do any damage. So you're wasting your time and you're wasting your position by shooting at the other drivers in the race. It's not going to do anything for them. So overall, I definitely think this is a fun concept. It'll be interesting to see the races that Rockstar end up doing, because this was a little bit boring. Now, that's my fault for only having one other driver to race against. Of course, any race with only one driver that you're competing against is likely going to be a little bit boring. So I definitely think it would be interesting with like 15 other Vapid Caracaras in the race, how interesting and competitive this would be. And another thing is you can shoot those targets from a pretty long way away. So even if you're like not at that checkpoint, you can still shoot the targets and get the points. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of a learning curve with this race and with this new race mode. I think it's going to be fun. The only thing I'm kind of worried about like this is I feel like it's going to have the same fate as the rally races, which is one of the most underplayed race modes ever, because not a lot of people like the fact that they have to rely on someone else. When they race, they want to go in there by themselves and they want to be able to, compete against other players. With this, it only works if you have someone that you're really competent in. And I feel like that's going to be an issue for a lot of people. So this right here is the new Target Assault Race Mode in Grand Theft Auto Online. We ended up coming in first place here, and I'm not really too sure if that mattered or not. The payout wasn't amazing, but at the end of the day, we only had one other person we were competing against. It also wasn't double money in RP. And this is also like a custom playlist that I had to modify this into. That's another thing I should have told you guys at the beginning of this video. You can't just go into your bookmark jobs and try and play this. You actually have to add it as a playlist. That's the only way in which you can get it to show up. Obviously, because this race mode category isn't in the game yet, so you kind of have to like hacker man backdoor the situation in order to get this race type to work. So anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this new race mode. Also, let me know what you think about the Vapid Caracara as well. Do you think this is a interesting vehicle? Is it one you're going to be buying when it comes out on April 3rd? Or is this altogether just something you're going to be skipping over? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, more in the comments down below. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'll have the links to these jobs in the description, but I would hurry because there's a good chance Rockstar are going to be removing this likely sometime soon. So jump on that as quickly as you can. Anyways, if you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.